on digital radio, on the app, on your smart speaker, on Twitter, YouTube, Twitch.tv, and Facebook. The Sportscast. Expect the unexpected.
The Jersey Boys Sports Talk presented by The Sportscast.
The Jersey Boys Sports Talk with Victor Arocho and Byron Jones. And here's your host, Victor Arocho.
Boo! Let's get ready live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk, hosted by Byron Jones and Victor Arocho. Brought to you by The Sportscast. Today's April 4th, 2024. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to The Sportscast on all our channels, YouTube, Twitter, Spotify, iTunes. We are all over. Listen to us. Here's some good sports talk, radio, podcast, and YouTube. Please leave a rating. Go to and subscribe to Jersey Boys Podcast, both on your iPhone and podcast or on Spotify, and leave a rating. It'll help us out tremendously. So if you like what you hear today, smash the like button and subscribe. Hit the notifications so we can get everything going. And Byron, how you doing today? You making a lot of noise over there. We shuffling.
I'm trying to get comfortable.
You trying to shuffle paper for what?
Yeah, I did that yesterday with the kids, putting the playbooks together. But yeah, everything's all good. We got like a lot of rain up here. A lot of rain. Like I got 6 inches of rain and a flood in the backyard.
Do you really?
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of rain.
When it rains here, it rains. All righty, so we're getting excited. Listen, I think I got your draft. We'll be able to put up. We also are going to be welcoming in the green room is Papa Paul, and he is about to join us right now. So I'm gonna let him in. Everything else good? How those Philly elderlies doing over there?
Which the seniors?
Yeah, the seniors.
Oh, they yell at me all the time still because I wore my Giant stuff, so I had to hear that for like 3 hours.
All right, well,
and then rub Saquon Barkley in my face too.
Well, they should be happy. I mean, really at the end of the day,
they are happy they got him, but I wasn't expecting that.
Right, neither was I. All right, hold on. Let's welcome Papa Paul to the stage. Papa Paul, welcome to the stage. How are you,
Victor, Byron? How's everyone doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
We're doing well. Welcome to the Jersey Boys Sports Talk. Papa Paul, again, you have your show. Tell us a little bit about your show and when is it at?
WCFL Dolphins Talk, Wednesday nights, 8:45 p.m. We talk about mostly Dolphins, but throw in a few other things here and there. We like last night we brung up the whole Stephon Diggs things and stuff like that, and
we're gonna be talking about that tonight. So I said, listen, I got to tune in your show so I can catch up to speed. All righty, so let's get going first a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit of rundown about what's happening in free agency, but first of all, we're gonna talk about Byron. So there another round of QB talks in Giant Land, Now, what they're trying to trade down the draft a quarterback. What quarterback is available after the top 3?
Michael Penix from Washington. Injury history. Bo Nix. A lot. I think he completed like 77% of his passes in college. A lot of them were short passes. Him. And that's the only thing. The only other 2 that might, with the other big 3 that be taken in the first round. But I don't know.
What I don't understand is why do we think, other than the top 3, why would the Giants fans, and now this ain't the Giant fans, this is a Giant organization, why would they think that drafting a late round quarterback, are they hoping for a Brock Purdy? Is that what they're wishing for?
Yes. They're thinking, the Lightning's going to strike twice, and they're going to get that guy. It could even be that kid from South Carolina, Shane Rattler. Him as another one, like a later round pick. But it's just weird, man, that these guys, and I see it all over the blogs and all everywhere that, we need to draft a quarterback. That way we get a reset and, with a quarterback, on his rookie contract and, we could build the 5. Dude, we're 3 years into a rebuild. 3 again.
What are you talking about? 3 years? We've been since Eli left. We've been rebuilding. Even
Okay,
before
all
that,
right,
maybe say
all right, whatever,
we've
man.
been bad for a long time. There's a lot of rebuilding there. Papa Paul, what do you think about Giants getting a quarterback when
Well, I tell you, just the way you're talking, you sound like Miami. We've been rebuilding since Marino left.
yeah,
That's okay.
but you're there now. I mean, at the end of the day, you're there now.
Yeah.
You got. I think you got a good coach. You're right. You've been rebuilding for a long time, longer than the Giants. But you know, look. I felt the same. No, with all due respect, I feel with the Dolphins. I think that the last probably 3 to 5 years is when the Dolphins actually been doing a good job. I mean, I don't want to turn into Dolphins yet, but I'm just saying to you,
No,
my
I
Dolphins
mean,
during the last
the
3 to 5 years
Giants,
have been done a better job in their draft picks than they have since pretty much the whole time I lived here, and that's
yeah,
like 20 something years. I mean, the draft
yeah,
picks they've
no,
made were terrible.
I understand that. The Giants, as you said, I don't see, they need to work with what they got for now until they have the capability of getting a quarterback when they need it, actually really need it, or find someone, to sign besides draft, because they're not high enough up in the draft really to get a
Right.
good quarterback.
Well, not only that, we're going to take a hit with Daniel Jones. What do we owe him? $45 million this year. I mean, this doesn't make any sense.
47. Yeah, but they're
$47
trying
million.
not for him. Yeah, but okay. Mara himself has said that they've done everything to screw this kid up. Not with the offensive line. Barkley when he was there when he was hurt, not having a true number one receiver. They've done everything possible the last 5-6 years that he's been there to just for him to be a mess. And then now all of a sudden that everything is his fault. You gave him the money. If you're gonna get somebody gonna give me $140 million. You know what? I'm taking it. He'd be a fool, not to take it. They offered it. He took it. What was he supposed to do? Now, they feel that it's like an albatross around their neck that, oh yeah, well, he's the reason why we can't draft well. He's the reason why, our offensive line stinks. No, they're not. It's the reason why. The offensive line stinks. The receivers stink. Now the running backs stink because they don't have Barkley. So it's a complete train wreck.
Well, look, how I haven't been a big Daniel Jones fan, but then I started liking him, and I won't blame Daniel Jones, right? My biggest issue was in the first couple of years. I didn't like what they did to Eli, that's well known. But at the end of the day, look, who are the best two teams in the NFC East? I mean, super simple.
Yeah, the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Okay, so Papa Paul, let me ask you, how's the offensive line for the Dallas Cowboys? Pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah.
How's the offensive line for the Eagles?
Good. Real good.
Okay. How's defensive line for both teams? Good.
Good.
That's how the NFC East plays. We need linemen on both sides of the ball. There's never been a confusion in the NFC East. That's how we play football. And the Giants and like you said, Byron. So we're a broken record. I don't want to keep talking every week about the same stupid stuff. It pisses me off. But when I see now they're going down a quarterback, I mean, there's an inherent problem with the mismanagement of the Giants right now. I think they're doing a terrible job. I'm hoping I think Dable doesn't. If Dable doesn't do a decent job this year, they need to get rid of him too.
Whoa!
That's it. Get rid of him. I'm done. I don't want to hear anything. You have one good year, this and that. Get rid of him. You lose Barkley to our rival right down the road. If he doesn't do well, get rid of him, right? Because we're already seeing Buffalo, crumbling, right? And all we're doing is getting Buffalo coaches. Right, and getting Buffalo players. So you're not gonna build a Buffalo team. AFC East team doesn't work well in the NFC East. I mean, it's just not gonna happen. Right? It's different type of football. Enough of my rant on that. I'd like to see good football and you never know what can happen. But they need to work on the line, Byron. You know that. We don't know what it is. We don't know if it's coaching, it's drafting, it's the family. We don't have consistent receivers. We lost our best running back, and Daniel Jones isn't the problem. You got a lot more problems everywhere else. I mean,
Sounds familiar.
exactly. So
Yeah.
well, I feel bad for the Dolphins on your side. You finally, Tua finally does what I kept air quoting for the last 3 years. If he stays healthy, the poor kid stays healthy, and you get buried with injuries at the end of the season. I mean, it's just like, you're like the curse of the Jets got the same bad luck. It's just terrible. But anything else happened, Byron, outside of that, so we can move on to these numbnuts?
Well, you figure between all the craziness with the Rashid, the Rice, the kid out there in Kansas City, when took the cops. Walked away from
Did he even find him?
No, he turned himself in finally.
Finally.
And but look at the other guy from Detroit. This must be the new thing in the NFL. Cameron Sutton, the cornerback for the Detroit Lions, he had a arrest warrant, as well for like domestic violence or whatever. And I think they just either just found him or still haven't found. He was gone like 2 or 3 weeks and he got released, from Detroit, and he was a pretty good corner. So now you got this other knucklehead, 22, 23 years old, racing down the highway, in a Corvette and a Lamborghini. Had an accident, and the whole crew just walked away, from that. And then down in Texas, that's a felony, walking away from an accident like that. And they're lucky nobody got killed. And the poor kid, like a couple years ago, with Henry Ruggs, the guy from Alabama that played with the Raiders, and when he was doing 160 miles an hour and killed somebody in the dog. I don't know what these guys are thinking of, getting behind the wheel of a car and you know what? Let me go 160 miles an hour down the highway. Come on, really? You make Henry Ruggs is sitting in jail for next 3 to 10. This kid might go to jail. Depending on what kind of story he's going to come up with. Down there, Texas, and it's just sad. These guys don't think when they get get in these cars like that.
Well, there's no first of all, the stupidity in that piece was there was no reason for him to walk away when there was no injury. First of all, you shouldn't walk away anyways. I'm not saying you should walk away. But the fact that there was no injury, accept the accident, there's nothing to pay. He'll get a ticket that he pays. That's it. He'll get points on his license, right? His insurance will go up. That's it. That's my business.
Yeah, it'd be a ticket for reckless driving.
That's it. And then nobody's injured. Nothing would happen other than his insurance going up. Nothing would happen to him. But walking away from a scene of an accident is a problem.
Major.
Yeah.
Now, the problem is that if he walked away, was he intoxicated? Did he have drugs? Was he drugs in the system? That's where the problem lies. Right? Those are the only reasons you're walking away. And even if he had DUI, it's just a DUI. The average person gets DUIs. Right? So I'm not saying you should drink and drive, just so we're crystal clear. I'm just saying to you that to walk away from an accident and nobody died, right, you shouldn't walk away anyways, but I could see your fear factor if someone died. You understand? Maybe mentally you'd lose your mind because something, but that was just ridiculous. And it just puts a tarnish on the NFL. And that's the only thing they talk about. They don't talk about the guys doing really well. They don't talk about people donating. They don't talk about Meals on Wheels. They don't talk about anything else. They look for somebody bad to tarnish the piece. So anyhow, let's keep going there.
Moving along.
Yeah. So it was funny. Marcus Spears was on one of the shows, and they said, man, there's a lot of things going on in Dallas. Like the field is open, there's high school players playing, there's all-star players going, there's all this stuff has happened down in Dallas Stadium. The only thing that's happened is football, NFL football. Nothing's happening. They ain't making any trade. They're not doing anything. I mean, where's Mark? Where is Mark, our friend? Like
he's down there with Jerry. He's down there with Jerry Jones now, trying to plan out, with the draft coming up and everything. That's where Mark is right now. Yes, I'm killing Mark.
Marcus Spears is it's just like everything's happening except for NFL football. And then
it's weird.
It is. I've never seen it. Other than talk a little bit about Dak and what they're going to do. Outside of that, it's just totally silent. And you don't even hear Jerry Jones talking. Usually, he talks to deflect. He's not saying anything. So I don't know what's happening there. The Eagles are making good moves. I will tell you that.
Yeah.
You know, they're beefing up their. Hey, let's call it like it is, right? They're beefing up their defense, beefing up some offense. Go ahead, Papa Paul.
Well, they have to. They lost a great center because he retired.
No, I heard he may come back now again.
Oh, he's talking. We'll see about that. I don't know. He's been. I heard some. One of the stations is trying to recruit him for a
Monday Night
position.
Football.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yep.
He'd do well.
Yeah, he
just got to watch his language.
Yeah, he can't do all that cursing like he does on his podcast.
Yeah, exactly. But they were saying he had some interest in coming. It's got to be hard to lead the game, right? I mean, if playing that long, it's got to be hard. But I would say that brotherly shove must take his toll on him, right? Because he's at the bottom of that pile all the time.
Yeah.
And
he's even said that before. He says everyone's on top of him and stuff, and
that's a lot of weight. You're talking about at least 1,000 pounds, right?
A lot of weight.
Between 2 to 3 guys, you're 1,000 pounds.
Shoot, either one of the guys on either side of him over 300 pounds. So
that's my point. Do you have one more guy? It's 1,000 pounds. That's a lot of weight on a guy.
Or him trying to block Dexter Lawrence at probably about 330, 340 pounds. And for him falling on top of him too.
Right. Anyways, so they're doing it. The Washington Redskins took up Austin Eckler. The Redskins got a lot of money. They just haven't done much yet. So I don't know if they're just waiting for the draft. What they're waiting for?
They've signed more players than anybody else so far.
The Commanders?
They
had like $85 million in cap space. They had a lot of money.
They've signed 20 players.
But anyone of significance other than Eckler?
I haven't looked that much. I could care less about the Commanders myself,
Yeah, we just try to keep up with what's happening. They signed Marcus Mariota. I mean, I don't see that as major. Austin Eckler is the number one piece that I think.
Yeah.
Mikel Walker's okay.
They're just trying to do a little something in there, but I mean, we've signed. People are saying, we're moving. We've signed 15 people. I'm like, yeah, but we lost over 30.
Really?
Yeah, but most of them were like
we had 29 free agents.
Whoa! Wait a second. Did you know that Bieniemy went to UCLA, Byron?
Yeah.
He's the offensive. He's still an offensive coordinator, but now in college.
Yeah, that's where everybody's escaping to. Sure, Chip Kelly went to college, back to college. Wink is up at Michigan. Wink Martindale.
Are they paying big time in college, or is Bieniemy's just fed up?
Well, Wink is the highest paid. I think he's like $2.3 million or some crazy amount. But still, it's a lot different at college. You figure he's got to deal with the recruiting and all the stuff all year round. Football. And NFL a little different. At least you get that little low. Now with the IL, which we don't need to talk about again. They got to smooth these kids all year round.
Yeah. Well, they got other scouts doing it too, right? It's the grunts doing.
No, Tim too. He has to. The position coach goes out there too.
Yeah.
They signed Bobby Wagner, the Commanders.
Yeah, that's right.
I felt bad. I think Bieniemy deserves a shot. Maybe he goes to UCLA and produces a nice couple of offense and quarterbacks, and then he gets his shot. But he deserves a shot as a head coach, in my opinion.
If he didn't get a shot where all the jobs that have been open the last 5 years, he never get one in the NFL. Because the next thing they're gonna say, "Oh, he's too old." That'll be the next step. It won't be because whatever he did or whatever. It'll be because he's too old now. I'm just telling you, that's what's gonna happen.
All right. So, let's get to Paul. Let's give you let's give you some Dolphin love. What's happening in Dolphin land? Free agency? Anything?
Well, I mean, I'm happy with the choices we made. We got Poyer, and I want to see some offensive linemen really pulled into us because we need to beef up our trenches. Our trenches are small compared to most other teams.
Mhm.
And we really need to do something in order to give our quarterback, a little better safety, a little bit more time.
Yeah.
I mean, we brought in what's his name
Y'all,
from Tampa,
Shaquille
Shaq
Barrett.
Barrett. Yeah, Shaq Barrett. I mean, he'll take the place. He'll, in the beginning, he'll be good for when Phillips and Chubb are still out. If they're still out in the beginning, the way they've been working at it and stuff, they're moving along.
I got a lot of good side. You got Jordan Poyer, you signed.
Yeah.
Shaquille Barrett, you signed.
Yeah, you
John
gotta,
Smith, tight end. Jordy
I see.
Brooks. Isaiah Wynn, a guard, you signed him.
You got Barrett, Shaquille Barrett.
Yeah, we re-signed Wynn. We re-signed Lamb this week or last
Aaron
week.
Brewer. Aaron Brewer.
Aaron Brewer. Yeah, you guys did pretty good. You got another quarterback, Fuller.
You got a good cornerback, Kendall Fuller, yeah, from Washington.
Yeah. I mean, we've done good. I like what we've done, but I really want to see our line beefed up. And
You got Byron's cousin, Benito Jones.
Really?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, it's got the same initials as you.
Yeah, okay. Just because we're all not related.
Okay, Byron, but look at the difference, man. The brother's 6'1", 335. You're like 6'6", 300.
That's a big difference.
Yeah. You got 5 inches on him.
Yes.
Oh my God! Yeah, you guys got D-Tag. He did pretty good. You guys, Nick Needleham is not a bad quarterback.
Oh yeah, Nick Needham. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy we kept Nick Needham. I'm happy with the guys that we re-signed that were
Robert Jones,
agents.
Cody Forston. You guys
But
okay, man?
out of we had 29 free agents, plus we released a couple, so we had over 30 guys that we lost,
Right,
and we've only signed 15 altogether.
right.
We have kept a majority of our offensive line, which is good because they were doing well last year for the most part.
And you need continuity with a line, Papa Paul. You
Yeah.
can't. I mean,
Oh yeah.
this guy's got to gel because
Well, that's the whole thing. People were on my show last night. People were asking, "Well, what's your opinion on our picks and stuff? And where do you think we stand?" And I'm like, honestly, I won't know until I see how well they gel. How they cooperate together and what they can do. And you can have the best players in the world, but if they don't get along together on the field and click, you ain't gonna win shit.
Well, I'm going to tell you right. Well, you need. I think my opinion from the I think we're. I'm hoping that you get more. They start putting more plays to get your tight end involved, right? I think that's the one piece missing in your. It's too just.
Well, it's a major piece. I mean, we had good tight ends, and they weren't utilized last year, really.
Well, they kept saying he's holding off, he's waiting. I mean, maybe his complex. I mean, he's just got to her for a year, and I thought he did a good job. You guys had a good season. It was terrible.
Oh yeah,
it happened.
One of the things that was stated last night is that when he was in San Fran, it was his third year with San Fran that he actually utilized the tight ends into the scheme. And they say each year he changed the scheme a little bit, adding something to it. So this being the third year, we're hoping to see, as fans, him utilize the tight ends more.
My only challenge, I think you got a good shot for the title, but the Jets are making some pretty decent moves right now. They're adding some weapons to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
If he stays healthy, he's still Aaron Rodgers. He'll still be the best quarterback in that conference.
He's still 40. Whoa, the best. You got what's that guy at Buffalo? Where is he?
I don't trust him.
He ain't.
I don't trust.
He's nothing without Diggs.
That's right. Remember when he started
Mm.
not hitting when he didn't hit Diggs, he wasn't doing much. Now, listen, I like Josh Allen. It's just I'm a boxing guy. You got to beat the king. You got to beat the champ and beat him decisively to be able to take his crown. And Aaron Rodgers, whatever conference he's in, pretty much he's the best quarterback. And Josh Allen's just a gunslinger. Josh Allen, look, they got hot in the playoffs, but then, they got you don't know what you get with Buffalo. And they've done it back to back years.
Well, as my friend John said last night, Josh Allen. He thinks Josh Allen's bipolar.
Could be. I mean, he's a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong, but I just think that I don't have faith in someone I can't trust. You don't know what you're going to get day in and day out. You know what I mean? So that's not effective as a quarterback. You know what you're going to get with Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, exactly.
He's the most.
Josh Allen's
if he's healthy, he is the best quarterback in that conference.
Josh Allen's a very hit or miss guy.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers is a 40-year-old quarterback coming off Achilles tendon injury. Will be 41 during the season. He's going to have a left tackle, Tyron Smith, Dallas Cowboy guy, that's always hurt. And it's important to protect his backside with probably a little bit better left tackle than they had. So is Tyron Smith going to be available all season? And is Aaron Rodgers going to be available all season coming off a major injury at 40?
I hear you. And we don't know, but let's just we can't assume that that's not going to happen. It's not like Aaron Rodgers, with Tua being healthy all year, that was a surprise. But Aaron Rodgers getting hurt for an entire year, that was a surprise. I mean, so you can't. You got to go into it now. You notice I'm not talking about Tua if he's healthy. He's already proved he was able to play healthy all year, and until proven differently, I'm assuming he's going to be healthy this year. Right? I'm not gonna go into the season if he stays healthy. Right? The deal is they got a good team. I just like to see them play together for a full season. Right? But the Jets are making some pretty good moves. They're putting some offensive power behind for Rodgers.
Hey, they signed, they got Mike Williams from the Chargers, a receiver. They got Garrett, who's, great receiver. They fixed the holes on the offensive line. The defensive, they beat that up with, Hassan Reddick from the Jets. And they're going to be very interesting. Very interesting.
And remember, I'm going to go back to the stats. Saleh is a great defensive coach. I mean, he did well with what he had in the beginning of the season, right off the bat when he got hurt. And Rodgers is 80-10 when his defense holds teams under 20 points. What was the average Jets defense last year? And then what about Stephon Diggs? I think let me tell you, these young teams are going to be scary. I mean, I think the Texans are going to be good. I've said it about Green Bay Packers.
The Texans are really going to have to look out for the Texans.
Yep.
Well, basically, they got a 1-year rental with him when they signed. When they just traded him to the Texans. They what I was reading earlier that he reworked the last 3 years of his contract, where he's only going to be there this year. Stephon Diggs.
He's only saying it again.
They redid his contract once he got down there, which I guess is today, where reworked it where he's going to become a free agent at the end of this year.
Okay, but I'm just saying the CJ Stroud played very good football. They went better. They surprised people in the playoffs. Adding Stephon Diggs to that team definitely bolsters that team to a different level.
Most definitely, yeah.
Yeah, but is he going to go down to Texans and do the same thing he did up in Buffalo, which, when he didn't get the ball, he wasn't a good teammate? Is he going to go down there in his young quarterback's ear? I'm serious. Is he going to go down to the Texans?
You're like a Debbie Downer, bro.
But it's the truth. Dude, you have a 30-year-old veteran wide receiver that got traded from Buffalo who had, one of the top 5 quarterbacks up there. He
No
complained
doubt.
when he get the ball up there with him. So now you're going to have a younger.
But
a
I
young
don't. But
quarterback.
how do you blame Stephon Diggs for not complaining about getting the ball when they gave him the ball? They were winning.
Yeah, but then if you look at his stat guy, toward the end of last year, they were a lot less. When I think in the KC game when he missed a pass, should have been a touchdown if I'm mistaken, but I probably am.
Yeah,
but there was a game where he did miss. It was hit him in the hands. So whose fault is that? Is it Josh Allen or is it Stephon Diggs?
Wait
Hit
a
him in the
second,
hands.
man. But time out.
Yes, sir.
The Chiefs were missing. Their whole team was missing passes all year. I mean,
that has nothing to do. I'm not even talking about the Chiefs.
Missed passes.
We're not even talking about that.
I'm just saying to you that you can't just like.
If you look at his stats at the second half of last year, they dropped off dramatically. The second half, just look at it, dropped off. He's going to be down. Listen to me. He's going to be down there with a young quarterback. Young. You don't think, just like, when I see these flag football guys, he's running that field. Me, I'm open. Or going back to the huddle. Yo, man, I'm open. And then next he's going to be.
But
he could be.
I'm telling you right now, I think that coach is a good coach. I believe in certain qualities of an entire organization. Right. And what I mean is that I believe in it from the good side and I believe it on the bad side. Right. So I had zero faith. I thought the entire organization Houston was terrible until last year. Between that coach, that quarterback, and what they did in 1 year.
I agree with you.
That's impressive. I mean, because we can't do it. And we've been doing it for 10, 15 years. Right. I had zero faith in that entire organization with getting rid of Andre Watkins. I mean, just everything that they did was just a recipe disaster. I didn't know if there was just prejudice, racism, so much going on with that team. In 1 year with that coach, with that young quarterback, an Ohio State quarterback that we've always said cannot produce NFL quarterbacks, they did a hell of a job. Now you get Stephon Diggs. And let's say he does what you're saying, because I know you're Debbie Downer, because that's how it is. Okay, okay. But my point being is he's only there for 1 year. So you know what? That coach ain't gonna mess around. Goodbye, get out. We went deep in the playoffs without you. They're not gonna bother mess with him.
If anything, I see Stephon Diggs really stepping it up. If he's going to be a free agent after this year, he's going to step it up to try and get another big payday from someone.
He's got to.
I want the ball. Throw me the ball. I'm open. That's what he's going to do. Throw me the ball. I'm open.
Time out, Byron. Every receiver does that, though. It's not just Stephon Diggs. It's not a receiver on the plant. There's no great receiver. No great receiver will ever tell you that they didn't want the ball every single time.
Of course they want the ball. But
every one of them.
What did he do in Minnesota? He forced his way out of Minnesota to get traded to Buffalo. He started Minnesota, forced his way out of there, forced his way out of Buffalo to go to Houston. I see a pattern.
Okay, I hear you. But, these guys today are all trying to get paid.
But you know what?
How much is he making every year?
But he's getting paid every time.
Right. Look at Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins, you blew me up. Kirk Cousins is like the second highest paid. He's about to make more than Brady ever.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so these guys are going after the money. Number one, he's going to a good team, and you got to admit, no matter what what you're saying, I'm not saying may or may not be true, right? But you cannot deny he upgrades that team by stepping on the field with that team.
True.
That's it.
Yeah.
But being Debbie Downer, like you put it.
Hey, you are. Byron Bummer. How about Byron Bummer?
That's
or negative Nancy.
I take that too. Is he going to go there? They had nice chemistry last year without him. So he's obviously the number one receiver walking in the door. Number one. Is he going to go down there and destroy the chemistry that they've already got?
I hear you. I just believe in that coach. I think that coach, he's not a Tomlin. I'm just believe the same thing we had our conversation with. I believe in that coach. He's not going to allow it. I won without you. I don't need you. And you're here for a year. Get the hell out. And if you don't play, like Papa Paul said, he's got no chance of getting that next check. right? And if he proves himself to be a problem, he doesn't have a chance to get that next check. And you've already seen with star players, Ocho Cinco, Terrell Williams, when they started trying to keep moving, that they weren't getting paid. Right. So he's going to have to make some decisions. I wish him well. Hope he does well because the guy can play. Right. He could definitely play. So I do believe he's going to have something there. By the way, I just want to give you a number. This is dangerous, Papa Paul, for the Dolphins and for everybody else. Last year, with the Jets being as bad as they were, guess how many points they gave up per game? 20.9 points per game. Okay, without an offense to help to keep the defense off the field, they still only gave up 20 points. That's Salah's a great defensive coach. So all he needs is to get that under just 1 point average. You got a quarterback that's 80-10.
He's 40 years old, coming off injury.
I don't care. He's 80.
Oh.
They got a good running back. They got a good defense. I just think, again, he's coming off a bad injury, and you're right, his age. But my inside people who see him play live told me they've never seen someone. But then again, it's the Jets because the Jets never had a quarterback. But they instantly recognize, wow, this guy is that good. I mean, just in practice, he's just the command of the team. He's smart. He checks off so quickly. I mean, he's the zip of the ball. I mean, the guy's still a great quarterback. I'm sorry. I mean,
come on.
He's a two-time MVP.
Allen Iverson, here you go. Practice, man. Practice. Really, man?
Yeah.
Practice. I just had to throw that in.
Okay, and Allen Iverson is what, playing 3-on-3
I'm
basketball? I mean, doesn't have the real money that he could have had like the other guys. So he's a bad example.
No, I'm talking about as far as you talk about what he does in practice. That's what I'm talking about.
There's a lot of guys now. I mean, they don't feel like they need to. He still performs. So anyhow, I'm just saying to you, that's dangerous if he's healthy and they can continue with their defense playing in the manner they want. By the way, I forget always check the comments. Okay.
Oh, I got one question there. One question.
Yep.
Is Tua going to get paid this year? Are they going to rework his contract there, Papa Paul?
I honestly hope they don't. I'd rather see him play. He's not going to sit out or anything. I want to see him play this year. And I want to see what he can do this year before. If he does that great like he did last year and stuff for the most part, then yes, he'll be worth even more. But what if he fumbles?
Or if he gets hurt again.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I don't want them to sign him because the way the Dolphins' luck is a lot of times, they sign him a big contract. He's going to go out and get slaughtered at a game or something where he gets hurt, seriously hurt, and then we owe him all this money.
I wouldn't pay him personally. One, because I said you had a great year. You didn't get injured, but you have been proven to be injury prone, right?
I mean, that's his only year, even through college and all. That's his only year. He's gone a full year without being injured.
Exactly, and so I would let's wait a year, and then you get paid big time. If he stays healthy all next year and has a good year, he deserves to get paid.
Yes, I agree.
Is he on the franchise tag? Like going? Or
No, this is his fifth year. They picked up the 5th-year option.
Okay. All right.
So I mean, honestly, they could let him play his 5th year this year, and then franchise tag him next year if they want to.
And then you got to also remember he I forgot. I'm sorry. I forgot my thought. What was it? Oh, you got to consider the fact that I wouldn't pay him either because before last year he almost considered retiring. Right. Yeah. So I'm not going to take that risk. He put himself in a bad position when he brought that up. His negotiations went down after that.
Oh yeah, because he gets hurt again. Like he can turn around and retire, and
exactly
he's got all that guaranteed money.
By the way, the for San Francisco hired they signed Leonard Floyd. That's a good signing for their defense.
Yeah.
And the Texans signed Daniel Hunter, another defensive player. I'm telling you, the Texans are making some moves. Texas is going to be dangerous.
Tua's guaranteed money is $23 million this year.
Yeah.
That's
not bad.
That's not bad, man.
No.
For a guy who played 1 year.
Hey, honestly, I said I'd go and be on the practice squad for getting $12,000 a week.
Yeah,
I do that too.
There's no doubt. But I think, I think you're gonna have we got some young. I think Detroit's gonna be good again next year. Okay.
Yeah.
Detroit's going to be good. It's going to be a good year. Detroit's going to be good again next year. I think, the Texans are going to be good. I think Green Bay is going to be dangerous because they're average is 26 years old, their whole team.
Very young.
I mean, that's a super young team. I think San Francisco's still going to be good. You know what I mean? I think that, Kansas City is going to get better. I think the Chargers are going to be way better with Harbaugh. They got some money to spend. They're going to be better with Harbaugh. I think the Dolphins are going to have a good season. They made some good size and come back. I think the Dolphins,
I'm feeling good with their new defensive coach.
Okay. You got a new defensive coach there. Again, I think the Jets with Aaron Rodgers being healthy and them only giving up 20 points. I mean, that's pretty impressive with a terrible team and a lousy quarterback to only average 20 points in 17 games. You've got to give them credit.
Yeah.
Never.
How could you not give Saleh credit?
Never.
Who do you give
He's
credit
on the hot seat too. If they don't win this year, he's definitely on the hot seat.
Well, because they're just always losing. So it's a bad job, but he needs Aaron Rodgers to help him out there. Aaron Rodgers has got to be. I think Aaron Rodgers gets hurt he's done. He's going to retire. There's no reason for him to stay anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But we'll see what happens there. What else we got coming up? So we got 15. Okay, Byron, why don't we review some of your draft? You ready?
You get the latest one?
I got the latest one that you email me. You'll tell me in a second. Screen share screen.
Anticipation.
Oh, this is new. Okay. This is it, right?
Yep. Let me see. Yeah, that's it.
Let's make it bigger. And you're killing me with your.
Come on,
okay.
Old, man.
You're
that's
like
old people do.
This is the problem, yeah. All right. So you got Caleb Williams. All right, Papa Paul, can you see this?
Yeah.
All right. Hold on, let me see what he's got going down here so I could help him out. All right.
It's on the other side.
I know, but I want to delete these things.
Man, you're killing me deleting stuff.
Yeah, because you just, you create a spreadsheet, you just throw stuff.
I just throw it all over the place.
Yeah, you do. All right, good. Okay, now it's easier. All right, yeah, now I do. All right, so Caleb Williams going 1. You got LSU. Whoa, where was that? What happened to the other quarterback?
Because I've been moving around. This is the third one. So I'm just I did the first one. The second one.
Wait a second. Who's the guy? Who was I thinking that's is the Michigan quarterback? Oh, McCarthy. You dropped McCarthy to 11.
Yeah, I dropped them now.
They were high up on McCarthy before.
That's without trades. So somebody's gonna trade, gonna move up so they can pick him. But the
Giants do have a shot at McCarthy. They worked them out, remember?
Yeah, I know. But number 6, come on. McCarthy, no.
I'm just saying to you that before in the earlier rounds we had those 3 guys. McCarthy was one of the top 3 guys going. Yes or no?
No.
Yeah, you had McCarthy as number 3.
Yeah, I had somebody trade up to get him.
Right. Okay, so you got Caleb Williams, you got Jaden Daniels going to the Commanders. I think anybody who goes to the Bears is just a problem. Receiver Morrison, he's good. This is a good pick.
He's working out like a pro. He hasn't done any of the pro day stuff. He didn't do anything at the NFL Combine. He was
He's
with his
already
father.
committed. He came out and said he's committed
No,
to
no,
Arizona.
no. I'm just saying, as far as him working out for teams, he did. He's working out, getting ready for the NFL season. All that, do the 40 and jump high, sprint. All he hasn't done any of that stuff for any team.
No, he's a legacy. You got Malik Neighbors from LSU going to the Chargers. I told you that he's starting to build his offense already. You got the Giants picking up a wide receiver. Why wouldn't we take that Notre Dame tackle? I like that Notre Dame tackle.
You know what position he plays?
Oh, yeah, left tackle.
There you go.
The problem is, Byron, every time you do this, you mess me up because you only put OT. You got to start putting LLT or RT, okay? Because when you put OT, all I'm looking for is a no.
Yeah, I know. He's a left tackle, man.
I'm looking for anything that says O.
His father was all pro with the Kansas City Chiefs back in the day, just so you know.
Jesus. Jeez, we need left tackle. Why is it? That's because that's what the NFL, the college is smart. Players want to play left tackle and make the money.
Well, we have a left tackle already. They paid a lot of money. Andrew Thomas. He's just fine.
Mm-hmm. All right. Why wouldn't we go after this edge rusher? Why are we going after? Is this quarter? Is this running? Is this guy? Is this receiver any good?
We just got one, Brian Burns, man, from the Panthers. Just paid him $170 million. They're not drafting another edge rusher. Ain't happening.
How about a tight end?
Too high at 6 for a tight
end. Okay. Michigan. You think Michigan is low, Papa Paul?
Yeah, I mean Michigan. It is.
I think he's going to go higher. They say a lot of good things about it. They were talking about a few other quarterbacks, though.
He was a game manager at Michigan, man. All he had to do was not screw up the game, make a throw when he had to, and hand off to the running backs. That's all he had to do.
And then you got Bo Nix going to what's his name? Sean Payton.
He wants to get his guy, his quarterback.
There's a lot of quarterbacks in this draft. I didn't realize how many quarterbacks there are. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow, 6 quarterbacks in the first 15 picks. That's a lot of quarterbacks.
Well, that's what I did this time, but last time I didn't do that.
You got the Saints getting a quarterback. Okay. All right. Where else do you want to go? She just did 25.
No, the other side. Well, you're right there. Right there. Keep going.
Wait, what am I doing? Where am I going?
Well, you see 31 in the corner or 32?
Mm-hmm.
There's more stuff on that side.
To the right?
Yeah, go to the right. Yeah, right there. You just flew right past it.
That's where I was.
Yeah, no, you weren't. Keep going to the
17.
top.
How about there?
Right there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so you got the Jaguars. Anybody major players here? I don't see anyone I'm really that high up on.
I got the Dolphins picking a offensive lineman from the Washington State.
What's IOL? Inside offensive line?
Yeah, interior offensive line. Yeah.
Okay, so now you put the I.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you got a lineman there. You got a cornerback from Alabama.
I got the Eagles picking Kool-Aid McKittrick. Kool-Aid. I love that name.
Is that his real name?
Yes, Kool-Aid.
Oh my God, I can't believe that's somebody's real name.
Yeah, that's his name.
All right, you got the Texans getting a D lineman. All right,
Cowboys picking a project. This kid is huge, like 6'7", 6'8", from Georgia.
What position?
Left tackle to replace the one that they have.
Another left tackle. I was going to say, what about this tackle? Duke.
Where Graham Barton.
Green Bay, yeah.
I think he's like the perfect fit for the Packers because he could play guard and he could play tackle. And
why don't we take him?
Guys because number 6 is too high. 6 is too high.
Why don't we go down? Let's go down and get him.
You can do whatever they want, but I'm just saying, number 6 for that. Yeah, they would have to drop down awful far to pick this guy.
So, how do you like your pick, Papa Paul?
Nah, there's other offensive tackles. Well, JPJ for one. There's there's another guy from Texas Tech. I can't think of his name right offhand. A linebacker. But we need the linebacker. We need offensive line. We need defensive line. Offensive line is what we need, really. And there's talk that Greer's going to go out, possibly try and get that one receiver that's really fast. I'm like, if everybody's already said if we get a receiver at slot 21, everyone's going to be livid for that. We don't need another receiver right now.
I'll say so. We got an offensive lineman here, though. I thought you said you needed a line.
Yeah, but there's other ones that I think are a little bit better.
Okay.
He is according to this, he is the third highest rated lineman. That kid, the one I put there.
Wow.
Okay. Well,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a wait and see game, but
and the thing is, they say that getting linemen is like a great draft because they stay longer, and their salaries. I'm just notice what I'm doing here, right, Byron? Look at this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
SEC, man.
7, 8,
here we
9.
go. SEC.
9 of the 32 picks are coming from the SEC. That's crazy.
Well, you skipped one. Braswell is from the SEC.
Oh yeah, 10. I didn't skip. I missed it. Oh my God, 10. Detroit edge rusher. That would be good for those guys. Wide receiver.
Hutchinson some help.
Mm-hmm. All right, this looks good. I can't believe how many quarterbacks are coming out, though. I didn't think they were all that good. I don't know most of them. I only know Caleb Williams and I know McCarthy.
You don't know Bo Nix?
No.
Oregon, 77% passer rating.
Well, Oregon produces. Isn't Herbert from Oregon?
Yep.
Oh. All right, interesting. All right, it looks pretty good. We'll see how this plays out. If it was me, Byron, I don't know, how do you feel about? If I was the Giants, I would trade down. I would trade my 6th pick to get a bunch of picks.
And the person and the team that they could trade with that has 2 picks in the first round is the Minnesota Vikings. Trade down to 11, get 11 and 23 this year, and
who would you take at 11 and 23?
The best available player.
Who's the best available player?
Whoever's going to be. I can't tell whoever's. They're going to have the top 10 guys, and whoever is right. Let's
assume all that your picks that you pick go right. Then everyone who's left over of the 11 down that's left over, who would you pick?
You got to pick a receiver. I pick.
And there's still a receiver.
Yeah, they need a number 1 receiver. They really do. Right now, who are the receivers? The number 1 guy right now.
Yeah, but we're always talking about the offensive line.
But listen. Slayton, is he a number 1 receiver?
No.
Wandell Robinson, is he a number 1 receiver?
So was supposed to be, but no.
No, he's 5'7". No. He's a little guy. Wheaton, they have Wheaton. I don't even know who this guy is. Wheaton. He's a 6'5" receiver that was hurt last year. Achilles injury. That's the other one. They got and Darren Waller. We're still trying to figure out if he's going to play.
That's the other guy supposed to be. But before we go, we got to talk about the Iowa LSU game. That was some game. Did you watch it, Byron or Papa Paul?
Yeah, a little bit.
No,
that was some man. I followed Iowa all year just to watch Caitlin Clark play. That girl is something else, man. She's something. And that Angel Reese is also really good. I mean,
I watched the other one. Paige Beckers. I like her. She's really good too.
Paige Becker, but she's coming back to the to college next year. Gino's always produced. I'm surprised he hasn't been there in a while. That South Carolina. You know what's sad is that the 2 number 1 seeds are playing against each other, so it's guaranteed that there's not going to be a number 1 seed in the championship.
Yeah.
So that was a good game. Paige Beckers, I think, is good. But man, Gino Arama always seemed to find some of the best players in the country. But that
best
Caitlin Clark is awesome, man.
But the girl that was better than Beckers got hurt. Aziz Fudd, I think she hurt her knee like either earlier this year. She was a number 1 recruit too for Connecticut, and she's been out all year. But he's going to have Beckers and her next year. So he just loads up.
He looked old. Like,
he is old. He wasn't been coach 40 years there. He's been a long time.
But he looked old. I mean, I saw it on him. Well, excited. I thought it was great. Hey, Greg, want to find him? Max Melton, 1st or 2nd round pick. For who, Greg? For Max Melton. He said Max Melton. Who's Max Melton?
Quarterback, Joe Milton.
Yeah, Max. I don't know.
Joe Milton quarterback for Tennessee. That'd be a good pick.
Yeah.
Late.
All right, Papa Paul. Tell us about your show? When is your show? We can hear you as we get ready to sign off.
8:45 p.m. Wednesday nights. Just Dolphins talking about their team, Miami Dolphins, throwing out some other stuff in there. We have a lot of special guests coming on during the off season. Some other big podcasters and stuff like that. And keep an eye out. Who knows? There might be some alumni Dolphins on there.
Awesome. And so check the links below. You're going to get the draft picks. You're also going to get the link to Papa Paul's show. So please join into his shows on Wednesdays at what time? 10?
8:45.
8:45.
Real quick, did you know that we actually lost 2 alumni Dolphins in the past week?
Who?
Antonio Davis, for one, who was only 35.
That's terrible.
And then John Michael Clone. Actually, he played from 70 to 77.
So he was there in the undefeated team.
Yes, he was part of the no-name defense. His nickname was actually Captain Crunch.
Oh, I remember Captain Crunch.
Yeah.
I remember that name. Oh, so Greg Bertafonte, my fraternity brother, was talking about the Rutgers court DB.
The Rutgers
Max
DB.
Melton. Yeah. Sorry, Greg.
It's Rutgers.
He's talking. He says that now, except for didn't Pacheco go to Rutgers?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Didn't you like him? You always rooting for him?
I love him.
Oh, we lost Papa Paul. All right, Papa Paul. See you later. All right, we're about to tune out, Byron. As always.
One more thing, real quick,
sure.
so you know this. In the city of Perth Amboy, on May 4th, 2024 this year, 11 o'clock, they're going to rename a basketball court after John Mazort.
Awesome. When?
Yep. May 4th.
May 4th.
And they've invited they've invited the people from the 1975 to 2005, like all the years that he coached at Perth Amboy. But yeah, May 4th, 11 o'clock at Rudick Park. That's where it is. The basketball court's back there. And they're going to name one of them after Coach Mazort.
Oh, that's awesome. He's a good guy. He deserves it, man. We were the winningest basketball team, except for my year. We were the first losing. We were the first losing team in Amboy.
You had a losing record?
Terrible. 7 and something, bro. We were terrible.
Really?
Yeah. Losing. It was first losing record in I think Amboy like 30 years. It was terrible. But we had no height. Think about it. Our biggest guy was like 6'2", 6'3". It wasn't. Yeah.
It was bad.
Yeah, and I'll take a lot. I'll take some of the blame of that. I didn't play to the level I should have.
We made it all the way to county. We made it to the county finals that year.
And then we won it the next year.
Yeah, the next year.
That's crazy to hear about Missouri. I got to put that on my calendar to see if I can make my way up. The hardest part is that I'm supposed to. The following week is Mother's Day, and then it's wife's birthday, my daughter's birthday, my sister-in-law's birthday, and then it's Mother's Day. So, and then my my nephew's getting baptized. So, they'll be like, "Why are you coming up? And you don't come up for this?" Well, Coach Berserk is, kind of want to honor him as well. We'll see what happens. All righty. Well, every Thursday, 8 p.m., Byron, Jersey Boys Sportscast. Papa Paul, thanks for joining our show. Always welcome to our show. We're looking forward to the season to get started. I think it's going to have a good season this year. And you guys have a great night. God bless. And I got to do my thing. You guys take care. Let's get it going.
Peace, love.